So I don't usually make videos like this. I stick to speedruns and video game breakdowns. But I've been really stewing on one particular book lately. I've read it a few times, and I feel like I just want to talk about it. So yeah, Dune Messiah. So I feel like Dune Messiah gets a pretty bad rap. Every time I bring this book up to people, they either read the first Dune book and then never picked up Messiah, or they picked it up and didn't like it. They thought it was too slow, boring, nothing like what they expected. And honestly, I get it. If you go into Dune Messiah expecting this grand sequel to, what was Dune, I totally understand, especially if you're going in blind. You finish Dune, Paul wins, he becomes the Messiah, he becomes the Emperor, and in your head, you're like, he's gonna lead the Fremen to peace. He's got this, he won. But then you pick up Messiah, and it's this complete tonal shift. If you know anything about Dune, then you know that Frank's original vision for Paul was this Paul. But what everyone else saw at the end of Dune was a hero. And so that's what this was. This was a response. This was a response to Paul is the hero. And I think that's the problem. A lot of people get hooked on Paul's character through Dune, and they pick up Messiah and they're like, who is this guy? This is not the Paul that I remember. He's killed billions of people, wrecked tons of planets. He's a tyrant. He compares himself to tyrants, and he gives up this, perfect future that he could have had for what seems like this destructive, bleak future. And that's really where the genius of it lies. That specifically right there is why I love this book. Paul is trapped. He's trapped in this future that he literally built himself into. Paul's prescience shows him one way through. But now, he's seeing out what that path really entailed. He's seeing out everything that he thought he had to do to get to the future he wanted, to the future everyone needed. But he couldn't do it. Imagine being worshipped by the people that you know that you've already failed before they even know that you failed them. And then knowing that every possible future leads to more and more loss. There's no way out. He's built himself into a box that he cannot escape. It's another reason why I love God Emperor of Dune. And there's a lot of good politics here too. But it's all framed through this pretty emotional and kind of dark lens. It's pretty sad. Look at Cheney in this book. This book is sad. And a lot of people call it slow and boring. But I feel like what they are seeing as a slow burn is really a very deliberate and thought out response. Frank thought out a response and deliberately wrote Dune Messiah. I don't think a single page of this book is wasted. And the plot is not specifically about what happens. It's about how Paul reacts to it. He knows what's coming. He sees every possible future, and he still has to live through it. It's this constant sense of inevitability that Leto II talks about all through God Emperor Dune. Paul has all of the power in the universe, and it does not matter. It does not matter. It's an interesting resolution to Paul's main storyline. Paul becomes the Messiah. He turns himself into the Messiah. He destroys worlds. He destroys people, all to follow the golden path. What has to be done to ensure the future of humanity? But he gives up on it. He's too attached to his humanity and to his relationships. And in turn, he flees. He flees from the path. Whether he wants to admit it or not, he cannot go through with what he needs to do to follow the golden path. And what does he get in return? His eyes burned out. He loses his vision. And I feel like this is really that resolution to Paul. Paul sees every possible future for the entirety of his jihad. He follows this path that he's seen this entire time. And the only escape was what was right in front of him. And he now has this taken away from him. What is right in front of him is gone. And all he has is his prescience. He is now trapped in his prescience. So I see it really as a warning. Paul is a warning. I'm not saying at all that Dune Messiah is the best book in the series or even top 3 for me in the series. But I am saying that it is a very, very integral part of Paul's story and the future of the Dune storyline. Messiah sets up the tone for the rest of the series. It's bleak, it's claustrophobic, it tells you exactly what you need to know to move forward. And I believe that it deserves more credit than it gets. So anyway, that's my spiel. I just really needed to sit down and yap about this book for a minute because it's really been bugging me. If you didn't like Dune, don't pick it up. But if you liked Dune, you deserve to see the full picture. And Messiah does it. Messiah does it. This has been my TED Talk. If you read one book a year for the rest of your life, if you're 30 years old, what are you going to get? 50, 60 more books for the rest of your life? Do you want to pick those books out? No. So, read and enjoy it. Dune is a series worth picking up. I feel like everybody needs a little bit of Dune in their life. So yeah, have a good rest of your day, or noon, or afternoon, or night. Goodbye.